As many people know, last episode, I said something that was a little controversial, in that I made the statement, despite you claiming to be in New Zealand at the time, that New Zealand did not exist. And some could call it a hot take. I think that that's just kind of, it's just something that I believe in. It's one of my core values, is that New Zealand isn't real. And I am just so excited today to welcome a scientist. She's actually the director of research, Kenna, from the Arizona Bay Center of Geology, specializing in continental drift and tectonic plates. Dr. Agustina Gonzalez, thank you so much for coming on the show today to help us settle my hypothesis once and for all regarding New Zealand's whereabouts and my belief that it does not, in fact, exist.
Thank you, Shannon. It is a great honor to be here.
Oh, I'm so happy to have you, because this is something that my friend Kenna and I would like to introduce Kenna. This is Kenna Wells. She's actually in Ecuador right now. I know you're from Chile originally, doctor. But I've had this belief for a long time. Maybe you could call it a hunch. Maybe it's a hunch that New Zealand, like, I just didn't buy into it. Like, there's just some like some island off the coast of Australia that has these volcanoes and weird animals and birds that don't fly and toilets that flush the wrong ways. Like, I wasn't feeling it. So I wanted to ask you, as a professional, about the whereabouts of this country that claims to be New Zealand. I don't think it's a real place. Can you testify to this?
Well, your confusion is completely warranted. This is going to sound absolutely crazy, but your theory is not unheard of. This happens to be a very wildly controversial phenomena called lost continents. These lost continents are scattered across the depths of our very vast ocean. Mm-hmm. The largest piece of submerged landmass is actually none other than New Zealand. Many laugh at the idea. Yeah, many laugh at the idea. They think it's crazy. But slowly it is becoming more widely accepted in the science community. There is simply no tangible evidence that the nation or even the landmass of New Zealand currently sits where our map suggests, or even that it existed in the first place.
That is the best news I may have ever heard, period. This is the best day of my life, Kenna. Thank you, doctor, so much for bringing this to my attention, because now to have some scientific, just an opinion of your own, of such high regard, such high, what do you call it, ethos, Kenna? Would it be ethos in this situation? Yes, it would be such quality ethos. I am so excited to hear this. Have you done any research to back up these claims? Because like I said, it's mostly a hunch for me. I'm sure you've done extensive research on this, if you don't mind sharing.
Well, I am gonna be honest with you. This is a little bit complicated. The Earth's crust emits very small levels of radiation due to traces of uranium near the surface of the Earth. ABC Geology teamed with the United States government to fly over the southern hemisphere with B-22s, equipped with Geiger counters in hopes of locating lost continents beneath our vast oceans. Excuse me, something funny?
I am very close with B-22s. It's an aircraft I hold near and dear to my heart. That's so good to hear that there's some scientific evidence in collaboration with the United States government to work on this. Yes.
I am very happy you feel connected to this issue.
Yes.
But while we were trying to look for radiation on that side of the vast ocean, we could not find any. Shocked. No radiation was detected on the eastern side of the very vast Tasmanian Sea, leaving us with a stunning finding that New Zealand has never even existed in the first place.
This is I would like to apologize to a lot of people, actually, because a lot of people comment on my videos saying how near and dear the nation of New Zealand is to their heart. And first of all, I'd like to call them out for being big fat liars this entire time, but also, like, they might just be delusional. They might just have these beliefs that are just stem from really deep places within. So I would like to kind of apologize at the same time, saying, like, I'm sorry you've been misled your entire life and strayed so far from the truth. And now that we have scientific opinion backing this up, I cannot imagine what you must be feeling right now, the amount of emotional turbulence that's going on there. So, Doc G, what do you think happened to it? How could so many people be fooled by such a phenomenon?
Listen, this is very cool.
Doctor, is that a waffle?
It's been a long day at the lab. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit peckish. But listen, this is actually very simple. If enough people talk about something, then enough people are gonna believe it.
Really?
Have you ever heard of the Mandela effect? Why do you think so many people believe that Mandela died in the 1980s?
Oh, right,
People,
right, right.
people believe fake news all the time. This is no different.
I completely see where you're going with that, and once again, this just must be breaking news to say the least. And I hope that this like starts to get out there and people understand that this nation has never existed and is probably just one of those lost continents, possibly deeply submerged in our very vast oceans, as you would say, Doctor. But Doctor, thank you so much again for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure talking with you, and I really appreciate your professionalism throughout.
Yes, of course. Shannon, thank you for having me. Kenna, nice to meet you. I will
It's
see you.
nice to meet you.
Yes, I'm sure we'll have you on the show again another time. Have a great evening, Dr. Gonzalez.